So I like doing good stuff for good people. Let's pull in here and explain to you exactly what I'm doing. So my boy Hotshot New England calls me and says, hey, in your town I'm picking up a truck. I'm not going to be there till after they close, and they're closed on Saturday. Could you help a brother out? And I said, of course I can help a brother out. So I went in, got the keys for him, and gonna move it to a spot it's not blocked in, and he'll come get it in a little bit. So he's picking up for Rivian, and if you guys know what Rivian is, if you don't, check it out, you'll understand. Guess they're getting all their own tow trucks for their vehicles. Not quite sure, but things headed down to Florida. So I've been on this new kick, and you know, I don't really do drugs. I drink. I don't really have that many bad habits, but I've picked up sports gambling, and it's paid off significantly as far as returns. I wouldn't say I'm addicted, but the fact that I just left Pennsylvania, you can't bet in Maryland. So I am driving back to Pennsylvania to place a couple bets for tonight's. We'll do NBA, and then I don't know when I'll be back in PA, so we'll go ahead and put money on the MMA fights this weekend. Now, I really like this truck. The only complaint I have about Fords is no exhaust brake, or lack thereof in the newer ones. This is a 2011. It's got 120,000 miles on it. As you can see, it's tuned, deleted, and it runs good. Pull just about anything pretty smooth. Now, I don't have a trailer behind me right now, and I haven't had a trailer behind me for... Well, Dad was driving it, and I've had it for probably, I don't know, maybe 100 miles today or something, and I'm getting 19.5 miles to the gallon. This is a F350 dually, for those that don't know, and Lariat truck actually came from... This truck came from Florida originally, because it's fully loaded. Got a sunroof, leather obviously, but it doesn't have heated seats. So I think this truck was, and it's completely rust free, so I think this truck was from Florida originally. Came up here, was purchased for, you could probably sell this truck for almost double what it was bought for 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. I don't remember how long it's been now. And does have a new fresh block in it, or a newer new long block in it. Gosh, fresh long block in it. Can't talk. With 20, it should have about 24,000 miles on it. I think at 96,000 miles it blew up and shot a rod through the block. And it was completely stock at that point. And then at probably about 115,000 miles, you got a new turbo. But other than that, the truck's great, runs great. It's real smooth. And I don't know if it's because, like, my the single cab, I don't know if it's because it's the Ace in transmission, but it's like you can just feel everything and feel all the shifts. This thing just kind of clicks through the gears a little faster. So getting up to speed is great in this thing. Just slowing down seems to be a pain in the butt. But for a truck that doesn't have a trailer behind it and getting 19.5 miles to the gallon, I'm not going to complain about that. I told you guys I couldn't afford diesel anymore. I had to trade all my trucks in for a Chevy Cruze and hope I can afford to put gas in this. I can't tell you the last time I've gotten gas in a vehicle. We're putting gas in the old lady's car because I borrowed it today. There's diesel, baby. 515. You know, it's crazy the amount of comments and questions and text messages and stuff I've got asking my opinion about all this. And before, when gas went from, I remember less than 6 months ago when I moved, I paid $2.99. That was a pretty good deal because I was in Maryland, and I'm used to being in PA, and unless I was at a major truck stop, I was paying $3.49 or so I was getting a bit of a discount. And when I first started my business, can't find my car keys. When I first started my business, I think diesel was probably $2.50 or so a gallon, which is okay. Like, that was fine. Now what happens is, when you're paying $5 a gallon for diesel, the freight that's getting moved is not being priced accordingly. I was talking to Chuck the other day, and we were talking about how the standard used to be $2 a mile. I mean, years ago. Now your operating costs are over $2 a mile when fuel is this expensive. So things aren't being priced accordingly on the load board, which is kind of why I'm thankful I haven't been on the load board and been running the load board for the last couple weeks. All my stuff I've been picking and choosing has been direct customers, which is kind of due to the state of the economy. So I just hope something good comes out of those people's convoy. I really do appreciate everything and all the sacrifice people are doing. I've donated some money to someone who was collecting donations to help provide food and stuff, because they're actually stopped as of today, close to my hometown. They're in Hagerstown, Maryland at the Speedway, and the Speedway's been helping them out. And there was a company or a lady that was taking donations, and they were like home cooking meals and stuff and taking them down to the trucker. So I donated some money to that to just try and help out. I would try to go down there. I wanted to try to go down there and get some content, but it's pretty much impossible to get in. The police have been doing an absolute awesome job of traffic control and like being on the trucker's side. Like, they were escorting people in, getting people in. And it's nice to see, have the local police support. Crappy thing is, a couple miles up the road coming in, Pennsylvania DOT's still out, and they're still hammering trucks coming in and out of town, which things like gas prices, as they trickle down the chain of that DOT officer doesn't understand that in the long run, that's going to affect him. That price of bread, that gallon of milk, all that's going to go up. Feeding his family is going to become more expensive. So we're all kind of fighting for the same cause, whether they know it or not. But I'll see you guys next time. I've got a ton of maintenance to do the next 2 days, so I'll go over all that with you. But keep you guys updated on what's going on with this people's convoy and what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing. But appreciate the support, especially the last video, everybody giving their opinions, and we'll see you on the next one.